Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good night. We had some technical problems to start before, but now everything I believe is okay. My name is Thiago Alencar, and today I make the second IEEE HAC HEC presentation, part of the online training and webinars in the HAC Humanitarian Entrepreneur Competition. I am a part of the HAC Education Committee, and also I am the young professional representative in the region 1 to 10. I'll talk firstly. I will start with the outline of the presentation, and I'll talk about the main points of the today presentation. Today we'll talk about impact map, business model canvas, and SWOT. First, I will talk about the impact map. What is impact map? Normally, like I said in the previous presentation, in the first webinar, the teams should make proposals to new companies based on and focus in the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. And how is the first step to make the proposal for new companies or new uh, servers? You should understand how what you provide to the consumers, and you should understand the consumers, and how is possible you understand in the best way as possible uh, the consumers, your consumers. First, you need to define your idea. Define the idea of the consumer about something. What do you know about the consumer? What do you think we know about the consumer? And what do you need to know about the consumer? This is three really important points of the impact map, and first step to make the presentation uh, about your company. The second point is create the consumer profile, and how it's possible you create the consumer profile with the impact map. This is really important tool to entrepreneurs and in companies too, to understand how to deliver a good service or good product for the consumers. And the third point is develop a value propositions for your product or for your service. Firstly, you need to understand what the consumer needs and what they think and what's the feeling of the consumer about the one problem. After that, you need a map and have a better review about the consumer profiles. And the third step is to make the proposal to solve one problem of the consumer or make the life of the consumer better as possible. And after that, identify a communication channel, for example, Facebook or YouTube or one website or some marketing materials. This is the four steps to part of the this is the four step part of uh, the goal to understand the consumer. Like I said, define the idea. How to define the idea? Firstly, you need to make the consumer impact map, and this is the consumer, is like an avatar of the consumer, and you should define some points about the feeling of the consumer and how they uh, see the environment and the problems that the consumer have. Think and feel. This is the first step. You need to understand what the consumer think and what they feel about one problems in their lives. And what's the importance to new consumers? And to understand the think and feel about the consumer, you should reply these questions. What is important to consumers and new consumers? And the second important question is um, what is what's the problem keep them up at night? For example, um, if you think, for example, in one consumer that they work a lot and they don't have time to stay with their family, this is one problem that maybe make the consumer not so happy with their life. Or for other example, for example, the consumer expends too much time to go to the job and with the car in the streets or with the bus, and this is the other problem that maybe can keep the life of the consumer not so good. So this is only a few examples. The third uh, the second point is what the consumer see. How would they know they are looking at the quality products? And the other question is, what's the aspects into their decision making? For example, um, if you have one consumer that they looking for a new mobile phone, what's the point that they looking for in new technology to choose their new mobile phone? What's the points that provided they? What's the point they take a look to decide what if they you buy one or other mobile phone? This is the C. And the third point is say and do. This is the third point of the empathy map. And in this point, you can reply two questions. What actions would they expect to take to propose your product or service? And the second question is, what could they be telling other about you? For example, if they buy your products, um, if if they like, they can promote your product. If they don't like, they can say bad thing about your products or your service. This is the main point about the empathy map in the category what the consumers say and do when they have a contact with the products. And the next point is what the consumer heard, what self-talk do they hear. For example, what they say about their life. For example, if the consumer stay long hours in the traffic and in the car because they live far away of the job, They can say, I'm not happy with my life. I would like to stay with my family. I would like to have a better job. I would like to have a job close of my house. Um, you can uh, list what they can say about their problem, what they heard, or for example, what they heard uh, about the others. For example, they can if they don't have a good job, maybe the family can say, you should study more, you should looking for a new job, you you should work hard to improve your life. This job is not good for you, and what the people say and what they heard. Yes, this is one one important point of the empathy map, and what are they moving forward, and what do they want to get. For example, what they looking for to improve their life. And pens is the next one. And in the pens, uh, you have some question that maybe you can say. For example, what are they moving away from? What they don't want in their life? What do they want to avoid? What they would you like to move far away of their life? For example, they looking for to not stay long hours in the car to go from um, home to the job. This in one pen, for example. And how you can make the empathy map. To create the empathy map, you can uh, we can make some example. For example, we analyze now the empathy map to a restaurant company for two different categories. For young people is the first category. Uh, if you would like to open one restaurant company to young people, you can analyze the empathy map. For example, think and feel. What the young people looking for? They think and feel when they looking for a new restaurant. They looking for one restaurant that is open 24 hours and 7 days. Is the only option. Distance. Normally, the young people analyze the distance. They prefer have one restaurant close of the house or close of the party that they stay at night, and the environment inside of restaurant, if it is a boring restaurant or if it's a happy restaurant, if they have people that is part of their uh, age, and what they see, how they see how they see the restaurant. They can see the restaurant in the Facebook, in flyers, part of the gym activities, passing by the restaurant, and what they say and do about the restaurant is good thing, a place where she goes. For example, if the customer like the restaurant, you make recommendation about the restaurant for their friends, and you say good things. What they heard, where all friends go. They heard that one place is the best place of the city to eat, and we have young people and we have happy people in this restaurant. Is an amazing place to stay at night or at morning or afternoon or in the weekend. This is the reason that they are motivated to join this restaurant. And also they heard that the restaurant have a good price and good food, and they heard their friends' opinion. What's the gain about the restaurant? Distance to walk. Normally they prefer, for example, young people don't have cars, and they prefer um, restaurants that's close of the house, or like I said, in the party that they stay at night. And it's a good place to hang out. Normally, the people, young people, go to the restaurant to hang out and talk with their friends and things like that. And pen. What's the pen of the restaurant? Everything. What's the pen when they looking for a new restaurant? Everything is closed during the night when uh, the young people would like to uh, go with the friends to the party, and everything is closed. And if you have one restaurant that is open 24 hours and 7 days, they you recommend this restaurant as a great option. And the environment of the restaurant. So this is the empathy map about one consumer focusing young people and that's looking for new restaurants to eat. And if you have the same company restaurant, however, in the customer segment of tourism, when the tourism uh, when the people travel to the other country or the other city, what they think and feel, they would like to have a good experience. So they looking forward to uh, restaurant with the good design of the place that they are visit. Uh, and they looking for the good food too, the food appearance that um, represent represents the location that the people are visiting. What they see, internet reviews before they travel, walk around. Normally the people that visit the other country walk around to find a good place to eat, and time out magazines, for example, some materials in um, magazines or other things like that. And what they say and do, staff quality. If you the restaurant have a good staff quality, and they can promote better the restaurant. They can promote the restaurant um, with their friends. Go to the newest place. They're looking for the place that's close is near of the hotel or tourist points. What they heard, family wishes. Normally, they heard, for example, some recommendation of the family, and how they decide if they go to one country or other, depend of their wishes and the family wish. Friends' opinion, for example, if you have one friend that travel from other country and they visit a good restaurant, and they provide some suggestion and good opinion about one restaurant, they can join this restaurant. TripAdvisor also. TripAdvisor is a website that you can hear about the the suggestions about the good restaurant too. What's the again? What's the saving money? Normally, the people that travel depends of the people, but most of the people that travel to the other country would like to save money and don't expend too much money in one thing or other thing. They prefer expend money to visit more place than with the food. And what depends? Language issues. Normally, the tourists depend of the place. They don't speak the local language, and so if you have some people that would like to provide a better attention with their own language, this can be a good point to restaurants. So we have a totally different impact map focus on restaurant companies. Now I'll talk about the after you have a better overview about the customers. Now you can talk about the business model canvas. This is the business model canvas, and the business model canvas is a simple way to make your business model in only one page. How you can define your business model? First, you need to define your problem and analyze the alternatives. After that, you should decide. You should list the customer segment. For example, like in the previous example, you have the same restaurant is a problem that you'd like to provide and solve, and provide good food in one place. And customer segment. In the previous example, you have customer segment for young people and people that travel to the other countries. After defining these two blocks, you can define the unique value proposed. What's your proposal? What your company or your restaurant or your business or your service is different from the others? What's your unique value proposed? After that, you can define the solution. Only in this point you define the solution. Most of the people start with the solution and try to analyze the company only thinking the solution. First, you need to think the problem. After that, the customer needs, and after that, the unique propose, and you have the solution. How your business you provide the unique value for the customers to solve one problem. What's the solution? After that, after you have the solution that you solve, that you provide the unique value proposal to one specific customer segment to solve one problem, you can make the marketing material and how you promote how you deliver and promote your products or service. For example, I make a campaign in the Facebook and YouTube, and also how you deliver the products. You deliver with the FedEx or with the other company that deliver products for the people across the country or globally, or my product is online. I have one website. I provide some mentorship to companies or things like that. After you decide everything is the channel block. After that, you move to the custom structure, how many people you have in your company, what's the people you do, what's the salary of the people, if you need to buy some machines, or if you need to buy some computers or papers, everything that you need to start your company. This is the cost structure. And after that, um, you move to the 6 key metrics, and how you analyze if your company is good, is you be a good company or not good company. You can analyze the balance of your how much money you get with your products. However, maybe you can analyze the social return on investment. That this is the reason that you request this in the HAC HEC humanitarian entrepreneur competition, is a key metric too. And what's the advance of your products? So you can, with this business model canvas, you have everything that you need to provide a good overview about your company. So let's see some example. Let's analyze the Netflix. How Netflix. Before that, I would like to ask you to think about the Netflix. I will give you 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes to analyze what's the problem of the Netflix solve, what's the customer segments, what's the solution that Netflix provides, what's the key metrics, and the unique value proposed. Only in the top. Think 3 minutes, and after that I will explain for you. Only 3 minutes. It's like an exercise to think before you move forward. Yes, I believe that you had some time to think about. Let's see now the solution. What's the problem that Netflix solve? Um, the Netflix looking for to provide um, good content and products, and distribute make a good distribution of these products. And what's the consumer segment? Content, and provide a good content to the consumers. What's the unique value? Videos at any time. It's practical, it's easy, and low price. This is the unique value of Netflix. What's the solution? Develop the platform, content marketing, and they have a good marketing to their products, and they had to work hard to develop a platform to deliver their products. And channel, how Netflix deliver the products with the mobile phone applications and partners with platforms like smart TV. For example, if you buy one smart TV, normally you have one application from the Netflix. And what's the cost structure? For example, Netflix should expand a lot of money with the copyright, with the marketing material, support, and maintenance. This is we have other points, but this is the main points. And how they get money? Monthly fee per month. So they have people need to buy, need to pay to have access in the online videos and online series. And what's the key metrics? They need developers, platformers, and content. They need this kind of thing to implement the Netflix company. And what's the advance? Have what we like. This is the advance for the consumers. User customize recommendations. Depends of the video that you watch in the Netflix provides you more recommendations associated with the same videos category. So this is the canvas and business model for Netflix. This is the same that you need to make to your company in the competition. And now the last part is the SWOT. Is one kind of analyze to companies compare their products or their service with the other companies and the other products in the market. What's the SWOT analyze? SWOT is acronym that stands straight, opportunity, and threats. For example, SWOT analyzes high-level strategic planning model that help your organization identify where they are doing well and where they can improve, both from an internal and external perspectives. And how you can make that? Make a SWOT analysis at the beginning of your strategic planning process or during a strategic refresh is a good idea to new companies. Conduct a SWOT analysis is a powerful way to move your company to the next level or your project to the next level. So it's a great tool, management tool to companies and new products. And we have some recommendation. For example, new business should use SWOT analysis as part of their planning process. Like now you in the competition, you need to make a proposal for new companies, so you should analyze, you make analysis of how your company are, if you make the comparison with the other company, and how your products or services are if you make comparison with the current products at the market. There is no one size fits all. Plan for your business and think about your new business in terms of unique SWOT you put you on the right track right away and save you from a lot of headaches later on. For example, if you make the SWOT analysis in the first stage of your company, you can see what's the problem that you have in 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, because you have a full overview what's the market that you join with your new companies, and also the opportunity that you have to. The best way to learn more about the SWOT is with the examples, and that you provide later. And SWOT analysis groups is a key piece of information into two main categories: internal factors and external factors. And let's analyze Joe case of stud. Meet Joe. They Joe sell flowers. This is the Joe's flowers. And Joe sells tropical Caribbean flowers. It's not a common flower. They sell tropical Caribbean flowers. Each other florists in the area don't know. For example, what's the unique purpose of the Joe? They sell this specific category of flowers that the other florists don't have at the city. So this is a different product that Joe provides to the consumers. And what they think? They think that they would like to stay at the Caribbean. So they open a tropical Caribbean flowers. This is a letter S. Is a characteristic that gives the business a competition point at the market. These Caribbean flowers make Joe's business unique. You don't have other company like that in the Joe's city. However, Joe is not sure how many people know about his tropical flowers. This is a problem that Joe have nowadays, because he's not good with social media like other florists are. They don't know about Twitter. They don't know how to promote their products by email or WhatsApp or Facebook or other social media channels or website. They don't know about that. So the letter number W is no social media. They don't have social media skills. So they have a limitation or to promote their business at the market. So Joe, the wedding season is around the corner, and the tropical flowers are in the vigor. They see this in the magazine. They make the promotion at the magazine. And the growing trends of using Caribbean flowers theme is wedding represents an opportunity for Joe, the florist. So if you have this trend and the people you start looking for more Caribbean flowers, this is an opportunity for Joe. And so you have a chance to improve a business performance. However, you have the Greg, is a new person, and Greg is the gas station guy. Across the Joe's has a flower section. You have Joe's flowers one side of the street and Greg's flowers at the other side of the street, together with the gas station. So now we have a competition between the two companies and the two servers, with really beautiful flowers from the Caribbean too. So we have Caribbean flowers in both companies. Now Joe think that they are with the other person at the same bit. So now Joe is not so good and happy like in the previous years. So now we have Greg represent a problem to Joe's business. External factor affects the business of the Joe. So now we have the SWOT analyze. You have the letter S is a tropical Caribbean flowers. On the other hand, you have no social media, a problem. Also, we have some opportunities. The growing use of tropical flowers in wedding ceremonies. And you have a competition. Greg, the gas station guy, now sells tropical flowers. This is everything for today. Now I would like to know if you have questions or not. Let me see in the groups. I'm waiting for a few questions. Yes, this presentation was simple as possible to explain how to give the first step to open your new company is with simple example of the part of the life of the people, and I believe that is the best way to learn and give the first step to start the competition and have some ideas for your companies. The important point is you need to think about the problem. The problem is the first step, not the solution. Most of the people have one product and they would like to sell for the people. This is the wrong way to start the company. You need to think about the problem. After that, you need to understand what the needs of the consumer. So you should apply the empathy map. After that, you need to make the solution, and the next step is what's the unique purpose, what's the unique value of your company, why your company is different of the other company. In this way you should apply the SWOT. Tomorrow you have in the next session at the same time, and tomorrow you talk about the social return on investment, and is one metric that the people should apply in the HAC HEC competition, and also is one of the goals of the HAC committee. for 2019. So I try explain simple as possible, like I said, to make the understand in the better way. And also we'll talk about uh, some points about the documentation of the hack hack competition, and also I will explain a little bit about the hack committee and some opportunity. I have one question here from Bangladesh. If Joe and Greg facing competition, how can Joe make his business more unique and better? For example, they can. This depends of the entrepreneur. You have many solutions for that. I will give you my point of view. I didn't think about that before, but for example, we uh, um, have a competition, and maybe um, Joe can provide some pictures and provide some pictures about some amazing beaches across the world, or some amazing Caribbean place to visit, and they can make a partnership with one travel company to provide a discount if they buy flowers at the Joe Flowers company. This is one example. So Joe can give you the next step in their company. So Joe should think about new solution and new points to improve their company. This is only one example. Ah, you have a other question here from Meha, but I asked a question: how we can locally involve our work chapter or clubs in the Hacky Hack. Um, the Hacky Hack is, like I said yesterday, you should send a proposal to the uh, Hack team. It's the same email that you receive, that you make the registration. And if you'd like to host one Hacky Hack, you should propose, and you should host the competition as a mandatory holder in one ITP Congress, focused on student and young professionals. So if you have one Congress locally in your country and you'd like to host the Hacky Hack, you should send a proposal. And like I said, the Hacky Hack is a pilot project. It's not a global project yet. So we have only a few venues that you make tests, and you analyze the result. So hack, you decide if you have one official project globally or not. I have one question here in the group number one again. Uh, is it a good to invest too much in, initially in the company? Depends of the company. If you need to analyze what's the what's the what's the future of your company. You need to make a balance and show your unique um, company value, how your company is different of the others. And after that, after you have a business models canvas and you have everything done, you can make a test with your company, or you can looking for um, some people that would like to invest in your company. If you need some machines, so you need too much money, but depend of the others, depend of the segments, it's not necessarily too much money. Have your other question here. Can you use the SWOT model in improve the business considering competition and production quality? Yes. The SWOT analyze the positive aspects and the negative aspects, the opportunities and the problems. You can apply SWOT in everywhere, not in the company. Let me see in the order. Are there more questions? I'm waiting here. Um, I believe that you have only a few minutes because we have started later because the problem with the YouTube. This is the reason that you had a new link. But you have a few minutes to more questions. Remember that tomorrow you have the third and the last webinar. And tomorrow you understand better with some example about the social return on investment and the rulers for the competition too. I believe that with this presentation is making um, more easy how you understand what's the step that you should make to open your company or start your company. It's only 1 hour or less than 1 hour presentation, but with simple uh, tools. We have too much tools to improve company uh, opportunities and problems. I only explain a few of the examples. Ah, maybe I know how we can make a relation. Maybe I know how we can work together with the empathy map and SWOT model. Yes, if you go in the business model canvas here, like I said here in the this is better. Um, like I said, first you need to make it a problem. So you need to identify a problem. This um, depends of your experience of at the area, specific area. After that, you need how you define this block with the empathy map and the unique value proposed and the advance and the solutions depend of the solutions. These three blocks, if you define the solution, you can define with the SWOT. How you define this the unique value proposal? You need to analyze your proposal with the other products at the market. So you need to apply the SWOT. How you define the advance with the SWOT? The solution depends of how you choose to solve the problem that you set in your company. So these two blocks you define with the SWOT. So you can work together with the SWOT and the empathy map. This question was from group number 1. More questions? Are there more questions? Yes, I believe that we replied all the questions. Like I said, tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m., uh, October 19, we have the third and the last webinar. And tomorrow we talk about the social return on investment. I hope that you enjoy, and I will send the link of the recorded video to you too. Thank you for your attendance, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you, and have a good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depends of the part of the world that you are. And I hope that you are more motivated to open your own company now with these tools. Tomorrow you learn a little bit more in this hack online training. Thank you everyone. Bye.